Hello, welcome to Christina's Knitting Catch-Up, episode 14. Today is Saturday the 24th of October, I think, and I'm coming to you from my home in Canberra, Australia. So it's turning out to be a nice sunny day. It's a bit chilly. It's only going to be 23 today, which I know for some people is very warm, but for me, I need to rug up a little bit. So you can find me on Instagram as Cutiful Christina, and my blog is also cutifulchristina.com. I don't post there much though. And on Ravelry, I'm Chrisa, and we have a Ravelry group that's just called Christina's Knitting Catch-Up. So please come along and join in. We don't have a knit along or anything going right now because that finished last week. But I'm thinking of starting up a new one. So if you have any ideas, please let me know what a nice fun knit along would be. So today I have some finished objects, a work in progress, and some acquisitions and some other stuff that I'm working on as well. Sorry, I'm quite bright today. I don't quite know why it's different, but for some reason it's different. And I look pale as anything. But anyway. So, on to what I've finished. Well, the first one you can tell is I've refinished my lobelia cardigan to be a little bit longer at the sleeves. Before, it was up here, and I've knitted it quite a bit longer to there. You can just, you can just sort of see where I picked up the stitches and knit longer. So I didn't make it hugely longer or anything, but it's so much more comfortable now. It sits just below my elbows, even when I bend my elbows. Whereas before, when I was bending my elbows, it was sort of getting smushed up into the crook of my arm. See, now I look dark. It's weird. The light is weird. The sun's coming in and out. Sorry about that. What can you do? Yeah, so I really like wearing it now that it's done, and I'm happy with it. It's still kind of big in the waist. I'll show you. Up. See, it's sort of floppy in the waist, but that's okay. I'm just going to wear it with dresses. Today I'm wearing it with pants because I just wanted to show it to you, and I'm going to change later. Okay, so that's done, and I'm put my hair back so you can see the pretty detail here. You can't see it very well because it's so fluffy, but there's a pretty raglan increased detail there. So that's my first finished object, and I'm actually going to wear it now, and that's lovely. My second finished object, oh my gosh, have I not? No, I have weaved in the ends. Whoops, I haven't trimmed the ends. My second finished object is these socks for my husband, and you saw them last week, but what I actually had to do was they weren't fitting over his foot because he has a high instep or high arches or whatever you call it, when the top of the foot is high, and because of that, the distance between his heel and the top of his foot was quite large, so he couldn't get the bind off over his foot. So I had to rip it back to about, where did I rip it to? About here. And then I increased at the beginning of the grey and at the beginning of the blue and at the beginning of the ribbing. So I increased 12 stitches overall, and that meant that, and I did a stretchy bind off again, and that means that now he's able to put it over his foot comfortably, like he could before, but it was tight and difficult. So that is done. And just to tell you what I did here, it's a plain vanilla sock, which means no stitch patterning. I did a wedge toe. I did Judy's Magic cast on and then a wedge toe with contrast yarn held double. I did a Fish Lips Kiss heel, also held double with contrast yarn. And the cuff is also the contrast yarn. Doesn't look contrast, does it? It looks like it matches. So I'm quite pleased with that. This yarn is Bendigo Woolen Mills sock yarn, which I bought in a D-stash. And Hannah from Rosehip Knits sent me a message because she won my giveaway last week. So she sent me a message and said she had knitted a pair of socks out of this yarn, but it was jigsaw yarn. So I guess some of the Bendigo Woolen Mills yarn is the same as jigsaw yarn, because I looked at her project and they just look like this. So that's weird. But that makes me happy because I really enjoyed this, and Bendigo Woolen Mills has discontinued this yarn. So knowing that I can still get it if I want is really great. I'm very pleased about that. So yeah, these are redone, and I have woven in the ends, I just haven't trimmed them. Haven't put them in the washing machine, but that's what I'm going to do. And I hope that the washing machine will help with the ladder situation. It's not too bad, right? Is it? It's not too bad. In some places it's better, but you can see I've got ladders, and I showed my dad these and he said, "Why have you got a seam up the side?" It's not a seam, it's just I'm not very good. But I am getting better at that, because on my last pair of socks it was really bad, and this is much, much better. So I'm thinking it's getting better all the time. And I hope that a wash will improve it even more. So they're finished. Was there another finished thing? No, this and these are finished. Now I'll move on to my work in progress. So last week I said something like, I'm going to knit, because I'm knitting everyone's socks for Christmas, I'm going to knit a pair of socks and then finish something else, because I have a few things on the needles that aren't socks that are sort of looking at me from the corner of the room, giving me the evil eye and saying, "Finish me." And they haunt my dreams. So I finished these, and then I finished this. And now I'm working on another pair of socks, and when I finish that, I'll work on something else, because the socks are never ending. So this is a sock that I'm making for my mum. Same thing exactly, fish lips kiss heel, wedge toe, held double in contrast yarn. And this yarn is Regia Arnie and Carlos design line, which everybody is nuts about. And I can see why, it's pretty fun, isn't it? Look at that, amazing. It's a very long pattern repeat, so the pattern sort of, it goes from like there to there is a pattern. So it's quite long, and so I started there, so that pattern goes to here. That's one pattern repeat. So a long pattern repeat, I've done about 2 pattern repeats now, and I'm planning to make the cuff as long as the foot, because I think that's just a general nice kind of standard sock length. So you can see I've got a little bit to go, and I'm going to do the cuff also in the black contrast yarn. The black yarn I think was a Knit Picks Stroll. Yes, that's what it was. And it's very soft, very, very soft. And like a lot softer than the Regia yarn, which is kind of funny. So that'll be nice on her toesies and heelsies. Anyway, this is the first sock. Haven't done the second one yet. Let me show you my ladders, because they are improving. See? Still looks a bit dodgy. But like in some places you can't see it as much. So that's good. I'm getting better. My needles are Addy Lace 2.25mm needles. Quite a short length, but they work. What else was I going to say about this? Yeah, I cast on 6 stitches with the Judy's Magic Cast On, then increased every other row until I had 60, knit a little bit, and increased again to 64. So it's really a 64 stitch sock. And I did the heel over 30 stitches, not 32. Yeah, and interestingly, I had a funny day on Thursday. I went in to teach at the boys' school, and I had 9 students scheduled to come to their lessons, and 3 came to their lessons. It was raining, and I think that rain gets into boys' brains and sort of must wet all of the information that they have in there, and they just forget stuff. So I guess I had one student come at the wrong time while I was teaching someone else, which was a shame. Oh, here's my husband. Okay, I'm back. My husband came in with a whole load of groceries, and then he spent half an hour cooking in the kitchen, which is just there, so I waited until we were done. And now we've got a curry that will be ready in about 8 hours in the slow cooker, and it will be delicious. So as I was saying, making these socks, I can't remember what I said, but you can probably figure it out. While we were fiddling around, I did a whole bunch more, so now I could probably do the ribbing now. See? It's up to the right point. So there we go. That's my work in progress. After I finish that, I'm going to work on another small non-sock project and when that's done, I will knit another pair of socks for my dad. That's another Arnie and Carlos line Regia, and now there's a plane. We live near the airport. Okay, so I wanted to talk about some acquisitions, things that have arrived in the mail, and they're all from the same place. These are all from Tumuk Valley Yarns, and they're beautiful. So the first thing I bought from the Etsy store, and she puts on her Etsy things that I guess don't sell in the big sales that she has, and other odds and ends. So I bought this on the Etsy store, and as you can see it says Tumuk Valley Yarns, and this one is Sparkle Sock in Enchanted Sorceress. So it's this beautiful peach, pink, lavender colours, and it is sparkly, as you can see. And I bought that from the Etsy store, and she shipped it off immediately, and I got it immediately. I love it when Etsy sellers ship you things on time, or at all. I've had some bad experiences with Etsy in the past, and actually currently I bought something from someone and they haven't even sent it after 2 weeks. So, but anyway, that's nice, isn't it? Beautiful. Not sure what I'm going to make with it, but I just had to buy it. And these other next 3 cakes of yarn are also from Tumuk Valley Yarns, and I'll show you them individually, but they were bought in a pre-sale that she had. So she posted all of these colours that she had done in the past, and people could order whichever one they wanted, and 4 weeks later or 5 weeks later I got these in the mail. So this is a gradient, obviously, and it's 100 grams, 400 meters, and it's sock yarn. It's all sock yarn, but it's not showing up very well. It looks black in the middle here, but it's actually a dark blue in the middle. So that's lovely. The next one is this beautiful. It's not a gradient. It's just 3 colors. I don't know why it won't show you. They're really bright colors in person, like incredibly bright. What if I hold this up? Nope. Anyway, they're very bright colors, pastel-y but still very bright. I wish you could see how bright that pink was. It's amazing. Nope, nope. The further back, the better it is. Okay, so never mind. So this colorway, the purple, pink, and yellow, reminds me of early 90s and late 80s cartoons that used to be on when I was little. And in particular, there was a telly movie called The Floppies, I think, and it was about magic dogs that could talk and fly, and they were from a different world, and they were generally these sort of colours, so not normal dog colours. And this is called Chilly Mornings, and is also sock yarn, and this is their sparkly sock yarn, so you might be able to see sparkles. Same base as this. the last one I got, another, it's more like a gradient, this one. This side's better to look at. And it's got that hot pink in the middle going out to, well, you can't quite see the second colour. Here's the second colour. So hot pink, purpley pink, purple, mauve, grey, white. Yeah, so that's a gradient, multicoloured gradient. And I might use this for a shawl. This is also sparkle socks. So I bought these all, they were quite expensive, but worth it. I bought these all because I could not resist the colours. They were just beautiful. Is this coming undone? Oh no, I have to roll it up again. I couldn't resist the colours. They were just glorious. But I thought with the two gradient ones, they could become shawls, perhaps. This one in particular I think would make a radcore shawl. This one, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do here, but I want socks out of these colours. And I think what I may have to do is wind off the three colours so that they're separate, even though that sounds bonkers, and then knit some socks using all three colours. Because if I just knit from the centre, because I usually get about 4 socks out of 100 grams, I would end up with one yellow sock, one yellow and pink sock, one pink and purple sock, and one purple sock. So they wouldn't match. So I thought I would wind it off so I get a little ball of purple, pink, and yellow each, and then knit like stripes from them or something, so that I get matching socks. It's kind of a shame to destroy that though. If only she made it in, like, what would be perfect for me would be 30-gram cakes that would look like this, so that I could knit matching 30-gram socks out of it. Because 30 grams makes like a normal ankle, regular-sized sock for me. Anyway, aren't they lovely? I just think they're gorgeous. And I thought I could use this one as like another stripe colour with this, because that also goes with everything. Like it's beautiful. This is a different yarn, but yeah. So that's what I bought this week. I haven't really got plans, I guess, but these are going to be things for me because like no one else would see this and think of the fluppies. So this is for me. After knitting so many things for other people, next year I think I'm going to want some things for myself. Okay, so I just wanted to tell you a little bit about this. So a few weeks ago, like a month ago or more, I told you about this fingerless mitt that I've been designing, and I wrote a pattern and I had some people test knit it. This one's the small size, so it's a little bit small for me. But it's got these eyelet details here and a thumb that you actually haven't tied in the end, and a thumb that you knit up. And anyway, I sent out the pattern to be test knit and I had a few people test it, and the feedback I got was completely amazing and valuable, and I wanted to publicly on the podcast thank those people who test knit for me. And you did a wonderful job and I'm really pleased. So I haven't forgotten about it. It's just I've had a few things on my plate, but this is one of the things that I need to knit in between socks, is that I need to knit up a sort of test, more like a sample of these in the middle size, and then I can take photos and then I can publish the pattern. So that's one of those things that I need to do. And I thought I would make this pattern quite cheap, like $1 or $2, because it's easy and quick, and it's really quite quick to knit a pair of these. It took me one evening to knit both when I was first figuring it out. And as such, I think it would be a good sort of stocking filler for Christmas, especially if you live in somewhere cold, somewhere that's cold at Christmas. So anyway, I'm working on that. I just wanted to let you know I haven't forgotten. Okay, so one more thing. Nobody contacted me wanting these. So just to remind you, I would like to get rid of these Angora Haze skeins. I've got 5 full ones and 1 almost full one. So that's almost 6 balls. I only used 5 on this cardigan. And so I probably could have made it a full-length sleeve with 6, but I didn't. So please get in touch with me if you'd like them. I'll sell them to you for cheap. Name the price and I'll send them away because I don't want them in my stash anymore. They're really lovely. It feels amazing. Yeah. So we had our giveaway last week and I have sent out all of the prizes. Everybody got in touch with me, which was really great. So we don't have any knit-alongs or anything running right now, but I was thinking maybe a Christmas gift knit-along or something because it's nearly Christmas, everyone's knitting presents, and I know there are a few other knit-alongs for Christmas presents, so it might be nice to double dip in a lot of knit-alongs. So let me know what you think of that because it might be fun. Okay, so that's all of my knitting and yarn stuff, and now I'll tell you a little bit about my week. So you already know that on Thursday it rained and so no students showed up. Yeah. Was that what I was talking about when my husband came in? Could have been. Yeah. On Thursday hardly any students showed up, so I did a lot of knitting. But apart from that, I've had a pretty normal week. I started yoga classes on Thursday night. Quite a long way from my house, but I started that and I found it really quite good. It wasn't super relaxing because it was the first class and everything was quite new and hard to achieve. So I think after a few classes my body will start to get a bit more used to it and I will be able to relax a bit more into the poses and everything. But I'm hoping that this will help my tummy pain problem. There was one exercise that really hurt my tummy. So yeah, but that means it's doing something, I think. It means it's doing something useful and good and strengthening me. So that's excellent. I did that this coming week. I don't think I have anything much on. Next weekend is Halloween, which means nothing to me. Yeah, there's not much happening, just normal everyday work and then yoga in the evening on Thursday. So, oh, I have one thing I did last week that I didn't tell you about yet. I went to my sewing class, meetup, which we meet at a community centre and sew, and I made this blouse, which I'm taking off my cardigan to show you, if I can, because I've got so many buttons on here. To be honest, I never undo the buttons, I just pull it over my head. Okay, there's my new top. And it's just like the one that I made the other week, except a different fabric, and I really love this fabric. It's got little birds and flowers and it's just so pretty. So I've been wearing this pretty much all week, so I might go change after this, but yeah, I just adore it. I'm really happy with it. So that is pretty much what I've been doing. I don't have sewing meetup this weekend, obviously. It's only once a month. Yeah, and next month I don't think I can even go because every Saturday I'm doing something. Next month is going to be very busy for me, very busy. I think I'll probably not be able to record as much because I've enrolled in a spinning class, which is a class where we go out to a farm and it's to do with spinning alpaca fleece. So the farm is an alpaca farm and we go out there and they have they show you how to card it and wash it, I guess. And I'm doing that 3 weeks, 3 Saturdays in November, which also happen to be Saturdays when I'm also doing other stuff in the afternoon. So it's going to be a really busy time. I've got a few gigs, a few concerts and things like that. Also, on the 7th of November, it's my 10-year high school reunion. So my Year 12 10-year reunion. So that's a little bit nerve-wracking because I actually teach at the school I went to. And so I'm worried that everybody will come and say, oh yes, I'm a very big important person and I'm a millionaire. And I'll say, oh yes, I'm still teaching at the school that we all went to. So that could be a bit weird, but you know, things are happening. So it's a nice time at the moment because I've got a lot of stuff on. It's better to be busy than to be bored, I guess, even though you don't get as much knitting done. Yeah, last night I went to my parents-in-law's house and I traced all of their feet. So my father-in-law, my mother-in-law and my brother-in-law, I traced all of their feet so that I didn't promise anything, but they could be getting socks as well. So anyway, got a lot of things to do. And yeah, I've got to clean the house because we have a guest coming tonight, which is why we're making a delicious curry. Yeah, so have a really lovely week and please get in touch with me if you have anything whatsoever to say. I don't mind. I just like talking to people and making friends. That's right. I want to be your friend. So anyway, have a lovely week doing all the things you like and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.